Hello, my friends. Today, I have a beer you can only get at Aldi. Now, I'm going to do a couple of beers that are specialty beers from grocery stores that you can only get there. This one is Barrel Aged Stout. Now, that doesn't tell you a whole lot, but what I can tell you is this is brewed by State of Brewing in Waunakee, Wisconsin. The cool thing here is that is the contract arm of Octopi Brewing. Octopi's been around since 2014. They have their own label called Untitled Art, which makes some amazing beer and some really good NAs. Highly recommend them. Acai Brewery actually bought them out back in 2024, so just a couple of years ago, and they've been able to expand ever since. Now, Octopi and State of Brewing have really been focused on contract brewing for a long time. Now you can see that even in their tap room, they're selling Acai Super Dry, which is now made in the US thanks to that acquisition, and Pilsner Urquell, which Acai also owns. They acquired them many years ago. So this should be quite tasty. It is an 11% ABV. This is a full 16 ounces, and sometimes these cans aren't 16 ounces. This one's a good pint. Love that about it. It's also got a 4.9 on BeerAdvocate and a 3.85 on Untappd. So yeah, it's fairly well liked. So let's try it. Not much going on with the crack. And I've learned to go just halfway. We'll just go to where we cover the hats. Very, very dark. I don't know if you can actually see that, but there's just a little hint of light that comes through, a little reddishness. Very good for a stout. The head is this tan color. I don't know how well that picks up. I think it looks mostly white on camera, but it's actually very tan. And it's kind of sticking around. I mean, it's fading as I'm watching it, but that might be okay. So let's stick a nose in it. Very chocolatey. Well, not very chocolatey. Strong chocolate, a little bit of roasted grain in there. Touch of bourbon. Now this is barrel aged, and they don't really give much information on which barrels, how long, anything like that. Yeah, very inviting. Very, very inviting indeed. So let's try it. Ooh, okay. Chocolate for sure. Without being, I don't know that there's like cocoa nibs in it, but it's very rich, more rich and sweeter than I would think you'd get from just the grain. So I'm sure there is some chocolate in the process. That bourbon is there. Yeah, the chocolate comes off as like a cocoa, which that's not a bad thing. It's just that kind of chocolate. So don't think Dove chocolate. Don't think Toblerone or whatever it is. Think cocoa. Good cocoa. Touch of oak maybe. Yeah, a little bit of oak in there. The bourbon's not very forward. I'm actually kind of having to look for it a little bit. That is really nice. It's got a good mouthfeel to it. It's a little heavier than like a dry stout. So I would say this is in the sweet stout category. Very, very pleasant. And it's $12 for a 4-pack, which that's not horrible. It's still it's a little on the pricey end. For this, it's okay because this can sit around for a while. I mean, at 11%, you can keep this in the fridge for months and months and months. It'll be fine and might actually get better. But it's quite good. Yeah, one more time. I'll be getting that along with those really good clam strips. So that was Barrel Aged Stout from State of Brewing out of Waunakee, Wisconsin, that you can get at your local Aldi store. $12 for a 4-pack. I don't know. That 3.85 for a Untappd. I'd go maybe a little higher than that. Yeah, this is a 3.9, almost a 4. I like this. I'm happy to have it. Until next time, I hope you're happy. Hope you're healthy. And as always, drink good beer. I'm going to pour the rest of it because it is really good. And I need to sit around and drink it while watching Netflix. Ooh, holy crap, that's a lot. That's a lot for 11%. Life is hard. Bye.